AGN TV connecting actors.
Good afternoon, sir. Can you hear me? Mr. Rollas,
Yes, yeah, good afternoon. I can hear you clearly.
yes, good afternoon to our viewers, and thank you for tuning in to this afternoon's Punch Facebook Live interview session with Mr. Emeka Rollas, who is the president of the Actors Guild of Nigeria. Today, we'll be discussing about the Actors Guild, but most especially about how actors in Nigeria can access their royalties, because we know that royalties are a core part of the payment which actors receive. So once again, thank you, Mr. Rollas, for joining us. How have you been today?
Thank you very much. I'm very good.
Let me start by asking you at first, how has it been being the president of the Actors Guild of Nigeria since 2017? How has it been for you?
The journey so far has not been so easy, but we thank God for the grace of God. We are still on reconstructing. We are still restructuring the guild to give it a better feel, because before my emergence as president, a lot has happened. We had a lot of damages that we needed to repair, and a lot of people had lost interest in the guild. So since 2017, we have been restructuring the guild, setting up a very good foundation that will help us stand properly. But we thank God that we're almost there.
Okay, like you said, it has not been an easy road and you've had hurdles to cross. I mean, what are some of those challenges which you faced that really shook you during your tenure, and what are the challenges that you're still facing as the president of the guild?
One of the major challenges every association in the movie sector faces is finance. A whole lot of members of the guilds do not pay money to the guild. They do not pay their normal annual subscriptions, and that, of course, affects the guild's day-to-day running, because it's the monies that you collect from members that will enable you run the association. So that's one challenge. And then second challenge is members or practitioners, actors, understanding the role they are supposed to be playing. In this part of the world, people tend to see more from the entertainment value. You know, people are being used on daily basis without them knowing that they're being used. So it's an ignorance part of the job. You see, somebody is playing and then he's making money from the playing, but coming to understand the nitty-gritties underneath that playing, he doesn't care about it. Do you understand the point? It's a very big challenge, because it's not easy for you to represent a body where you have majority members ignorant of what the role of the guild is, even in this 21st century. It's a very big challenge. But we are doing a whole lot of enlightenment. It has made me even go to production sets, locations. You can imagine when you bring out a very good scheme like the Actors Guild HMO scheme, and then people are not subscribing to it. And it wouldn't take long. People will accuse you that an actor is sick somewhere and is not being taken care of. At that point, you find yourself in between sympathy, in between blackmail and all of that. Do you understand? These are challenges you see every day. Then you see some actors who are non-union members who care less about formation of guild system. When they run into trouble or they are being owed by a certain producer, that's only when you see them ranting on social media that the guild is not helping them, that they are fighting their war alone and all of that. You know, how do you reconcile that? And if you say, okay, we're not going to listen to you because over time you have neglected the guild, people come to blackmail you. You understand the point? When people who are strong believers of the guild do something and you show up there as a president, people tell you that, he's being partial. Why did he even show up there? And all of that. But if you want to lead people very well, give them more information and then ignore their negative sides. What I'm doing today in the guild, nobody will understand it until I leave office. When I finish setting all these foundations where people will work on, when I leave office, then people will understand the role I have played over time.
Thank you, Mr. Rollas. I'm glad you spoke about the HMO, and I'm glad about the fact that you spoke about people coming on social media to rant about some certain displeasure which they feel. Let's start with the HMO because we've seen that. Are you with me, please?
I'm here.
Your camera is off, please.
Okay, I don't know what's on his network. Just
okay. So like I was saying, we've seen situations and instances whereby actors, especially the veteran actors in Nollywood, are plagued with one illness or the other. And they come out to solicit funds from the public. And the public say actors, when you see people on TV acting big roles and the likes, and you see them in movies, they tend to believe that they have money. Now, the HMO, you say your tenure at setup, don't you think you've not created enough awareness? Because till now, some people are still online asking Nigerians, some actors are still online asking Nigerians to please help them. What do you think you can do to sensitize your members and also to draw people that are not yet your members to come into the guild and benefit from these HMOs?
Okay, we are spending a lot of money on enlightenment programs. The media will also have to help us because we are partners in progress. When you meet media people, can you tell people about this our HMO? They tend to ask you to bring one brown envelope or one black envelope. This one now is a kind of a humanitarian job. It's not news. Celebrities were news ourselves. Any actor who is still on social media begging people for money probably does not know where to start from because we do not run our guild on social media. If you look at the last post I made, where the likes of Alex Osifo, Yule Dochie, Yemi Black, Maureen Okpoko, they went to the AGM meeting in Delta State. You see, these are part of things we have put down as a structure. Any state you find yourself filming, the last Thursday of that month, ensure you attend meeting. And if you don't attend, you cannot work on Friday. The union will come to worry you on set. Do you understand the point? Now, if you are an actor and you remain only on social media, Instagram, it becomes that you are just an Instagram celebrity. But if you know your onion, you should be looking for where your people are. For crying out loud, even Keke Marwa people in Lagos have association and they have their meeting days where they meet. You journalists, you have your meeting. You will not leave the journalist forum where you need to get information about journalism in Nigeria and come to social media to ask people, where is HMO for journalists? Do you understand the point?
Yes, yes.
So I look at those ones as either they are ignorant, and the ignorance has also eaten deep into them that they now turn themselves to a position of good governance in the guild. I see such people as people who benefit from what is happening to the guild at the moment. I have an AGN Star Connect group where all the celebrities are together. Name them, the Omotola, the Joket Silva, name any celebrity you know in the movie industry, they are in that Star Connect WhatsApp group. We share information there. So anybody who you see on social media telling you that he doesn't know anything means that he doesn't know where to search. I encourage actors in Nigeria to look for their state chapters in whichever state they belong, get themselves involved in what is going, and they will get information. Any information you see us spread on social media is not meant for the social media public. It's only meant for actors to click to it and get that information. The Actors Guild of Nigeria has an app. It's an app you can download on your Google Play Store. www.actorsguildofnigeria.com. You can have it on your phone and access information. We are spending so much money, enlightening members on what to expect and what not to expect, even on set. After the coronavirus, I took a tour of the South, Southeast, North Central states, to check how members are faring post-COVID. I met people on location. It behooves on members who listen to me speak to them on locations to also pass it on to other members they meet on their way going. And my brother, this work that we're doing today, if I die now, a new president will take up the work. Do you understand the point?
Yes, sir.
So I will do the much I can as a human being, and I will leave the rest for God.
Yes, you made mention of something. You said that the media has a role to play in disseminating information to your members so that they can know how to access the HMO and so that they can know how to access their royalties, which is something we'll still discuss further. But don't you also think that you can also use the social media, that's the Accord Guild of Nigeria's social media handles, to disseminate information? Because I know that you personally, you control the followership on just your Instagram alone, 12.4 thousand followers. I know that your publicity secretary, which is Mona Lisa, she controls at least 1.8 million followers. And even Joke Silvia, who is who recently was made one of
The chairman of the trust fund.
The trust fund, yes, for I think for the women wing. She has about 772,000 followers. But the Actors Guild of Nigeria's Instagram alone, I'm just using Instagram, just one platform, has only 267 followers. Don't you think that if all celebrities come to build the social media handles of the Actors Guild of Nigeria, it will be easier for your members to get information quickly, swiftly, and easily? Because now you know that most of your members now, they try from the demographic of 18 years old to 35, except the veterans.
Okay, you see, I will be very, very frank with you. If you look at Joke Silva's posts in the recent past, you will also notice that she has been posting our information. If you also look at the PRO's page, you see that she is posting. But the problem here is that people are selective of what they want to listen to. Now, the Actors Guild official platform by now on Instagram should have been beyond 13,000, 14,000, but somewhere along the line, a member of Nollywood reported the page to Instagram, and Instagram blocked the account. It was in the verge of recovering the account that we had to quickly open another one and start rebuilding. You see, when the person had done this mistake, or whether he intentionally did it, if it was a problem that you needed the guild to deal with, you should have called the attention of the guild instead of reporting the page to Instagram, making it look like the page was a fake page. Do you understand the point? That is why you do not see as much followers as one would expect. And then again, when you are bound to change a narrative, there's always people on the ground who does not want to see any good thing coming out of Nazareth. Because I do not see why an actor in Nigeria shouldn't follow the official page of the Actors Guild of Nigeria. Do you understand the point?
Yes, but sorry to cut you short. Can you hear me?
Yes, I'm here.
Don't you think initially the Actors Guild of Nigeria, being the national body, should have actually tried to verify all its pages? Because I've seen that its social media accounts are actually not verified. If they were verified, I'm with you.
The laws of Instagram verification now has too many issues technically, and we are working on that strongly. Now we have ordered all state chapters of the guild to close down every Instagram page they have opened, so that we will just have one Actors Guild of Nigeria Instagram page. Is an order we have just passed a few days back, and we are believing that in the subsequent weeks, that would have been okay. And we'll supply all the necessary materials we need to supply to Instagram to also bring back the other account, which was already having major followership. But the point I'm trying to make here is that we are using these platforms, but as we are using the platforms, we are also using our internal machinery to draw actors' attention to these platforms. Most times when you go online, you see that most celebrities and their followers are more interested in the entertainment aspect of the people they follow. Do you understand?
Yes.
Most times when I post something concerning our guild, how we're going to get better, when I go back for comments, I just see about 90 persons making comments or liking it. But anytime I post a dog biting an actor, for instance, when I come back there, I will see 3,000 people liking it. Do you understand the point? So we are still gradually rebuilding. When we had a Zoom meeting that we set up committees, that we're going to evaluate all the reports of the past committees, you'll be so shocked that very few people attended the Zoom meeting. That was something that very many of us ought to have used on our Instagram pages. When you bring the likes of Sam Dede, being a chairman of a committee, disciplinary committee, and he came on Zoom link to take oath of office. Other younger actors should have also seen that, okay, these guys are serious. If people like this are coming up to take up appointments, to repair our guild. But nobody will repost such. But the moment I post now that one actor now is running mad in Asaba at the moment, you'll be so shocked that every blogger on social media will blog it. I will have to beg bloggers to help me. And the guild is an association that does not have funds. We do not have special budgets from government. And then when you call a blogger, please help me do this. Look at these actors have been dying over time, and we have just launched an HMO. Can you help me please promote this? And the blogger has given me bill of 380,000 naira, telling me how many other bloggers will have to blog from him and all of that. You get tired when you now bring an information that you need. Let us help ourselves here. If it were happening to a journalist tomorrow, I would be very proud to come on my page to say, look, help this journalist. But the moment one actor is down, seriously down, that he needs medical attention, you will see bloggers struggling to be the first to break the news so that they will be seen as the ones that are doing well. Presently, we have about 35 or 40 actors who are down, very sick. Bruno Iwoha is in Abuja. He needs a lot of money to be taken care of. If he Onwuneme is down, he needs about 7 million to have a surgery. We have Ifeanyi Okeke in Enugu. These issues, we had an agreement. We signed an MOU with Ativo to raise funds from corporate bodies. Nobody is promoting that. But the moment this actor dies now, you will see the backlash from bloggers asking, what did the guild do? The guild is not a magician. The guild is not a money bag. What we are doing is what we are doing. I need media partners. I've had meetings with bloggers. I've spoken to bloggers. I've spoken to media people, appealing for this partnership that can help us. Right now, we are building bridges. I'm visiting different ministries, trying to build bridges. The guild is looking for help as an organization, not for personal help. All these sick people, they call my phone regularly to tell you, what are you doing? I'm dying. I can't urinate. I need kidney transplant. I need that. And we have Nigerians who will wake up one morning to donate 12 million to somebody on Big Brother or somebody on one platform. Do you understand the point? But they will find it easy to rubbish the actor, castigate the actor, say nonsense about the actor because he cannot get help. We are tired of this. And the only way we can show we are tired of this is that our own people come together to help themselves. A star, a celebrity that has 7 million followers, 1.8 million followers, all what he or she needs is to place it on his page and say, our actors presently are going through hard times, but the president or the guild we have now as an administration has set up a portfolio where we need to drop our widow's mite to see that we help these sick ones, so that the ones who are not sick at the moment can join the HMO. When you drop it on your page, you will see good-spirited Nigerians here and in the diaspora that will pick it up and assist. But the problem here is that nobody wants to do it so that they will not say that it happened at your time or in your administration or in your regime. So I'm even working very, very fast so that they can come and take over and complete from where I stopped. I am building foundation. I will not beat anybody to take my policies, but if these policies are good, people around me will know that these policies are good. But as per taking up the policies, it depends on individual human beings as much as they can.
Thank you, Mr. Rollas. But I would like to ask, because we've seen where some celebrities took it upon themselves in. Thank you, Mr. Rollas. But I would like to ask, because we've seen where some celebrities took it upon themselves individually to help those that were sick. You understand? I would like to ask, have you actually taken it upon yourself, or has the guild taken it upon themselves to actually reach out to these celebrities that have high followerships on social media for them to join the league, to join the guild rather, and also to work with the PRO in order for them to at least disseminate information as at when due?
I just told you that we have a committee. If the likes of Auntie Joke Silva can be chairman of a trust fund, you will know how much work we are doing to reach out to these celebrities who have higher followers. But the problem seems to be that celebrities tend to protect brand more than they protect their own colleagues. Because there is nothing, absolutely nothing wrong using your brand to talk about your colleague you know that is down. Do you understand the point?
Yes.
You just said it with your mouth now that my National Public Relations Officer has 1.8 million followers, isn't it?
Yes.
Fine. So she uses her platform, throws those things out, but nobody wants to listen to her. We set up committees that are working on all those underground to write to corporate bodies and all of that. And I have this belief that we are doing enough. We are talking to ourselves. I have the AGN Celebrity Star Connect, is a WhatsApp group. I just told you there is no celebrity that's not there. Even Omotola Jalade is an admin in that group. Do you understand the point?
Yeah.
And you know, life is all about bring out what you want to do. The people who are supposed to do it will take it up, do it as much as they can, and we leave the rest for God. So as for trying, reaching out, I have held personal meetings with a lot of celebrities on the AGN issue and program. Name them. Anybody who tells you that I have not met with him probably does not exist. Do you understand the point?
Yeah.
I go out of my way to hold person-to-person meeting, not phone call. I call you. I don't want to start mentioning names, but everybody will tell you that I have reached out, sat in their offices to discuss the AGN as a project. And at the end of the day, what happens? I submit myself to correction. If there's any way we are doing it that is not okay, just let me know. When we had the issue of Senator Abo and all of that, I had a meeting. It was from the meeting that I held, which RMD attended, Joke Silva, Kate Henshaw, Hilda Dokubo. It was through that meeting we set up committees that we began to review the structure of the guild. My brother, I am doing the much I can do as a man and as a president so that posterity will not judge me. So anybody who comes to tell you that he is a celebrity and that we have not reached out to him or her, honestly is saying something that is not written. So we are doing all of that, but I believe that it will pay off after some time. It may not pay off immediately, and we will not do anything because it's not paying off so much. But I know after some time, the work that we have done will, of course, automatically, yield results.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Rollas, for that explanation. It clears the air on a lot of issues. Let's go back. Let's take a walk down memory lane. Before you became AGN, the AGN had been plagued with a lot of issues and controversies, power tussle here and there. I mean, court cases here and there, and the likes. And we've noticed that when you became president, we really don't see those problems happening. Everything seems to be running smoothly. How were you able to dissolve those issues? I mean, talking about power tussle, we heard of the time between Mr. Emeka and Ibinabo. Before then, it has always been like that when it came to the leadership. How were you able? How was the guild able to dissolve those issues and, I mean, transit smoothly? And to also know that such issues would not come.
Well, I would say that first of all, it was God's grace has been upon my head in this leadership. God directs my steps. Majority of the problems you mentioned were just ego problems. And when I took over, I had to go down, throw away pride, go down to the states where they had factions, appeal to them to keep the guild intact. I went for the figures. I went to Emeka, sat with him, appealed to him, went to Ibinabo Bresma. It took me time to go to all these figures and their sponsors and their supporters and those who believed in their dream. Now, one of the problems that is plaguing us today is that some of the supporters of these persons who didn't want the guild to move forward are shocked that the people they were supporting are no longer carrying the sword of war, because I have gone to beg everybody that needed to be appealed to. It cost me flying from Lagos to go to Abuja to meet with Emeka. If you call him on phone, he will confirm. And he didn't believe it. And this was somebody that I didn't speak with for 2 years. But I came to his office. I almost knelt down even, removing the toga of presidency. Removing the toga of presidency. You understand the point?
Yes.
Because I wanted to achieve peace in the guild generally. So for me, it is about understanding how things work. For me, it was not because there was one leadership issue. My own resolve was that I needed to work at a level where people will know that we need this peace achieved effectively. And if there was anything I needed to do to achieve peace, I knew it had to do with dropping of ego, prostrating, bowing, kneeling, just to see that we achieve peace. So the peace we're enjoying today did not just fall from heaven. It went with a lot of sacrifices, and the sacrifices were more or less that I wanted this peace, I knew how to achieve it, and I went straight for it. But in all, God has been with me in this leadership because I am somebody who believes in respect. I give respect to whom honor is due. I am not looking at myself that I'm president, therefore I will not stoop low to do. I stoop low to sacrifice everything because I want this guild together so that we can make name in the Committee of Nations. Actors Guild of Nigeria is the largest association in the culture sector in Africa, and we cannot afford to be joking with that level of credibility. So that's what happened, that we achieved peace.
And now, during your tenure, I think 2 times that a little controversy, would I say, rocked your tenureship was the first time during when Senator Elisha Abu was named as a patron. I mean, this was shortly after videos emerged that he was slapping a woman at a sex toy shop. Why exactly did the guild nominate him or name him as a patron, and what are the criteria that the guild looks out for to name patrons or matrons?
I would not want to change the topic of this media chat. The issue of Senator Elisha Abo, was an internal problem that the guild had, and we have resolved it, and we have moved on. At this point, we cannot be saying how we make patronage. It is an issue that took place in March. Members expressed their sincere opinions, and their sincere opinions were taken into recognition. The guild immediately swung into action, dealt with it, that as I speak with you now, such issues will never rise up again. And I will not want to recall it back so that it does not generate another level of controversy.
Yes, but the question here is, how does the guild decide or choose who the patron or a matron should be? What are the criteria? What are the yardsticks or the measurements for that?
That's why I'm coming back to you, because right now, who do you need the information for? We are not appointing patrons now. We are not planning any patrons dinner. The information now is not there because the processes of the new patronship, they are still undergoing restructuring with the committees that is handling that right now. So if I tell you anything now that the committee has not come up with the new ways of appointing patrons, then I'll be shooting myself on the foot. Do you understand that point?
Yes, I do. Now, then another little issue that raised head up was when some of the excos of the guild went to greet an actress who is a member of the guild, Regina Daniels, when she gave birth. Some people voiced out that there seemed to be favoritism within the guild. What do you have to say to such comments?
Well, such comments are personal opinions of certain people. One, you must find out who are the ones that made these comments. Are they members of your guild or they are outside members of your guild? And I had explained that the person we went to greet is a bona fide, up-to-date member of our guild, not by coercion nor by association, but by right. She has an identity card of the guild, and the husband happens to be the chairman of the board of patrons of the guild. And when the lady put to bed, I was privy to the information, not by internet information, by the persons involved. The mother of the lady is the vice president of Actors Guild of Nigeria, South. That is Rita Daniels. She sent me a message informing me that her daughter has put to bed. The daughter sent me a message informing me that she has put to bed. The Prince Ned Nwoko himself sent me a message telling me that his wife has put to bed. Now, it happens that I was in Abuja at that point in time, and I felt it was right for me to just visit them. At this visit, we were the ones that spent. We bought things. I took it from the point that, okay, these people have our guild at heart. For three major persons significantly informing me of these things, shows that, okay, this will have the guild at heart. I have a lot of our members for now who maybe lose their father or their mother. They will write the guild officially, inviting us for burial, then ask for the guild to send a tribute. Do you understand the point? And they will even go extra mile to say, look, our president cannot come for our father's burial on his expenses. We would love to take care of your flight. We would love to put you in a place. Then you and your entourage. And then when you go there now, somebody somewhere who probably lost somebody and didn't care about informing the guild will now say that the guild is favoring some people. Even people who are members of the church, when you lose somebody, the church must wait for you to come and inform them officially, isn't it? Mm-hmm. For the church to take the right steps. But these things are happening now. It never happened before. These are part of the changes that we're talking about. And when people who are very remotely, very far away from change, see these things happen, they take up, to social media to accuse the association of one favoritism or the other. But you look beyond them, give them more work, give them more information, and the guild will straighten up. Like I said earlier, what I am putting into the guild right now is laying strong foundation. Nobody will understand it because we are the building stage. When the dwellers will come in, like I always say, there are three different persons in a society: the builders, the dwellers, and the destroyers. Presently, we are building, and we want people to join hands in building with us. But right now, there are destroyers also who are around who do not want us to build. But if you concentrate on the destroyers, you may end up becoming a destroyer yourself. Because I've learned over time that most people that build houses, those masons, those bricklayers you know in different villages, some of them do not have houses themselves, but they are building for others to inhabit. I am not building that I must be the one to enjoy the good things I'm building. I am building for my fellow actors, the ones that are yet to come. Let them be the ones that will inherit this. But if God helps me, I live up to the time of inheriting it, I won't have a problem. After all, Joshua and Caleb, who were supposed not to make the promised land according to the Bible, made the promised land because of the promises that God gave to them. And by the time Caleb was 80-something years, he said to himself, today I am 80-something years, but when these promises was made to me by God, I was 40-something years. But I still feel I am 40, even I am 80-something. So I am ready, even while I'm building for people to come and inherit, that if God gives me the grace to inherit it within my time, who am I to say now?
Then, what's your thought about the emergence of cable TV and streaming platforms, where most of the Nollywood movies are now being shown? Do you think that with the emergence of these streaming platforms, this cable TV, and movies on cinema, do you think they've kind of watered down the strength of the Actors Guild of Nigeria?
Their streaming cable TV stations is one way a good news for the industry. But where it's affecting us particularly now is on the royalties and the residuals that are supposed to be inherent from these pay platforms. And as a guild, we are preparing legal materials to enable us fight this fight. I don't want to talk about it immediately. I know you're going to ask me about this copyright, which is the mainstay for this interview.
Exactly.
But I believe that the emergence of these pay TV platforms should be positive for us as actors who are performers, because as they come, they should be paying us residuals for using our works here and there. So we welcome their coming, but every actor in Nigeria must know that this is the time for us to stand up as a union and fight this fight, else we remain impoverished for life.
But we really need to speak about it, because this is not the first time actors have spoken about residuals and royalties that is due to them. In what ways do you think that the guild, because royalty, when an actor makes a body of work, it is something in everyone in the world, it is something that he keeps on earning money from every time. So, what are the strategies that the guild is putting in place? Looking at what Gideon Ikeke said on social media yesterday, or I think 2 days ago, actors are getting frustrated because they are not getting royalties due to them. And this is one of the things the guild ought to do for them. So, as the president.
Okay. Let me tell you, first of all, you now that is a journalist, are you involved in any pension scheme?
Yes.
That pension scheme you are involved, is it an individual pension scheme or pension scheme that was necessitated by your employment to a company?
But right now we are asking you the question. So
no. Okay. You know why I need to ask you this question? It's not good enough for an actor who does not even understand what residual or royalty is, wakes up to begin to say he's frustrated. First of all, anywhere in the world, actors don't access royalties as individuals. It is the union that goes to negotiate residuals and royalties. These things are Googleable. Are you following the point?
Yeah.
You are an actor, you don't belong to anybody that can speak for you. You are ranting that you are frustrated. You are frustrated because you are ignorant. You are frustrated because you are a non-conformist. You are frustrated because you came into the industry from somewhere. Thought that because you came from that area, you were going to overrun the industry. Later or soon, you are not able to overrun the industry, you become frustrated. Are you following my point? We cannot fight residuals or royalties without first of all agreeing to the terms and conditions for fighting residuals. How did residuals and royalties come to play even in America? The Screen Actors Guild of America and the American Federation of Television and Radio Artists came together and decided to strike. Now, what it means that people came together to strike means that there are people who agreed to the strike. Do you understand the point? And not in Nigeria, where you as president, you are speaking on your own, and somebody is somewhere thinking that he's a more celebrity than you as the president, is speaking on her own because of the little money that the pay TV stations are scattering here and there. If you are an actor, go to your union, be strong in your union, make the noise and make the contribution in your union, and let the union go fight for you. Are you understanding my point? As a body that is saddled with the responsibility of working for actors, am I supposed to work for a non-member or am I supposed to work for a member? Does Nigerian Union of Journalists work for non-members of NUJ? They find a way that the companies who employ them ensure that the stipends they are supposed to put back to the NUJ is put back there. So that when you stand up to say that nobody is fighting for you, we will look at your records and find out what you're doing. Everybody in the industry who is an actor today does not even understand the role. Myself, as an actor, I don't have to belong to the same association with a producer because the producer employs me. And my right is different from the producer's right according to World Intellectual Property Organization, WIPO's standards, that an employer and employee are not supposed to be in the same association because the employer will use that particular advantage of both of them being in the same association to cut pay. And that's the problem we have always had. I don't believe in Nollywood. I believe in Actors Guild of Nigeria. If you put the guild very well in perspective, then I can come and do Nollywood with you when I know that you as a producer don't want to cut me short. And the problem we have always had is that all Tom, Dick, and Harry, distributor, the actor, the producer, the director, and everybody come together and claim that we are Nollywood, it turns to an emotional thing where you are now giving role because they want to short pay you. People want to employ you because you are their brother. So they won't pay you. You can't ask for your right. People take advantage of you because they have been in America. They saw how it works. They brought few things they know from America, come back to Nigeria, establish a TV station, and call a producer and beg the producer that they are doing him a favor to take his film. And the producer sells the film for 40,000 naira because they want the person to feed his family. And you, who is ignorant of how it is done every other place, is selling your contents to a TV station that will use it in about 60 countries, binding you in a contract that you have sold off everybody, including the actor. And now I said, no, Actors Guild is Actors Guild. We will regulate. We will ensure that we have the enabling laws to begin to deal with things that concerns us as actors, not us as Nollywood. I don't know whether you are getting my point.
I'm with you.
We are the ones that deserve these royalties and deserve these residuals, and we are the ones going for it. I don't care if a producer has sold his content to any TV station for 1 million naira. It's not my business. When I am ready to fight that fight, I will tell them the enabling laws that says that if you pay an actor for a film in either theatrical release, when you want to release that film in DVD, the up-the-line actors in that film will have to get a residual for airing it in DVD. And when you want to put it to a TV station as a show, the actors in there will have to get a residual. That is why I'm not fighting this fight from a Nollywood perspective. I am fighting it from the Actors Guild perspective. So the actor needs to go and ask questions on what is the royalty, what is residual, how do you receive it? Royalty that is given to author, to musicians, has to do with using the work. But residuals has to do with how many times you repeat the work that you have used. Now, because of actors and members of the industry have refused to be conformed to a particular guild, people enter our industry to put us the way we are. And that is what is causing our problem. So, by going to social media to announce that actors are getting frustrated, it doesn't solve the problem. Because you cannot go to DSTV, for instance, as an individual and request for royalties. They will just chase you out. After chasing you out, they will even call the leader of your guild, bribe the leader, and tell him to even suspend you from the Nollywood. So it's something we must fight in-house. It is no longer time. By January 1st of 2021, we are having a very strong alliance with Censors Board. Every actor has to be involved. If you want to remain an independent actor, we'll give you room. But as long as you're a member of our guild, if you appear in any film, we will tell Censors Board not to censor that film until you regularize. It is from your regularization that we can begin to fight for you at any point in time and say, okay, this actor deserves this residual or that residual. And we are working on that very seriously. Our membership will be enrolled with every government agency that needs it, so that we will know those who are subverting the economic growth of this country by employing. You can imagine that as I'm talking with you now, DSTV, they are doing talent factory. And when they are done with their talent factory, we do not know where those actors are sent to. They are not paid. They are making these people think that they are helping them to grow a career. Who does that in which country? Something they are supposed to be doing in synergy with Actors Guild. And so, okay, we have trained these people in our talent factory. We have discovered that 200 of these people are good in acting. We are telling them to come to regularize with your membership so that we don't use people who are not involved in your union. They don't even know the essence. Producers today use anybody from their village. And when the actor gives them problem on location, they will begin to call the Actors Guild president. How?
Understandable, but like you said, you are going to partner with the Censors Board. A large number of people actually watch cable TV and they stream. How are you going to engage with the cable TV and also engage with the streaming services?
I will not expose how I want to engage them, because if I expose how I want to engage them on this media chat, they will be ready for me. Brother, don't you think so? When I start my engagement now, I will be telling you, oh yeah, Punch, see what we are doing now. Engagement is engagement. As long as you come to Nigeria as a cable network or whatever, and you are streaming our films without contract, even what do you call them? Netflix. In December, I was in UK with the British Equity, where I am seeking international collaborations to fight Netflix and the likes of them. We are strongly affiliated with the International Federation of Actors, FIA, with headquarters in Brussels. We are working from an international connect. So it doesn't matter whether your cable network is here in Nigeria. When we get to you, you will know all the enabling laws we have. Do you understand? Because what we are getting here in Nigeria, you cannot get it anywhere in the world. Do you understand the point? It's not possible that you come to UK or you come to America. That's why people who know that these things are not possible in UK and America are rushing back to Nigeria to force these companies upon our heads. Let us ask them, DSTV, how much they make in Nigeria, can they equate it to how much they make in South Africa? The same thing they do in Nigeria, do they do it in South Africa? No. I don't want to continue to mention names. All of these cable networks that you're mentioning, what they are getting here in Nigeria, they can't get it in any other country in the world. It is because we are the ones giving them the room. An actor will be busy telling you on social media that what is the guild doing for you. Who are you? Who are you to the guild? You're just an independent actor who have refused to conform. And your non-conformity or your non-conform position has thrown you to disadvantage. They are using you the way they like. They can call you anytime and tell you, if you want to work, come and work. If you don't want to work, we'll call another actor. Because you are not together. Any day you jam an Okada man in Surulere, in 15 minutes, every Okada in Surulere will surround you. Haven't you had that experience before? Or haven't you seen one? Or you jam a Danfo driver, every other Danfo will park and come out to know what is happening there. The same thing with different artisans. Then actors are claiming they are too big. Do you understand the point? Too big to come collectively? We can only succeed through collective bargain. We cannot succeed through individual pricing, individual discussion. And what are they running away from? They are running away from the 1% check-off they're supposed to pay to the guild. Now that you have eaten your 1% and you have shot 200 movies, that your 1%, how far has it taken you? It has not taken you any far. Oh, is it now you're feeling frustrated? When different award people are calling you here and there, giving you an award without any nomenclature, you were busy telling the whole world they are winning this award, winning that award. It didn't occur to you that they were giving you awards without royalty. You were getting awards without residuals. Is it now? It was because the things you neglected will later come to haunt you. Any actor who refused to put himself together, now we are telling them about HMO, health. The ones who are able-bodied young men are deriding what we are doing. But I put it to them that these old men, veterans who are sick today, they were once as young as they were some 20, 25 years back, walking strongly, thinking that with their strength, they were going to tear down the whole Africa. Lo and behold, they are now 70-something and they are sick. They don't have money to take care of themselves. So I'm telling the young ones, if you think what I'm telling you is wrong, continue with what you're doing.
Sorry,
it won't be too far.
You are not visible on video. Sorry.
I'm in Nigeria now. They just took light in my room. So I'm visible now.
Sorry about that. Okay.
Yes, but right now, the ones who are young, who are supposed to be the ones to promote what we're doing now so that their own old age will be better, are the ones busy claiming busy. They're shooting every day. What are you shooting every day? 100,000 naira film, you're shooting every day. At the end of the day, tell me an actor in Nigeria, let the actor come out and say that from his artist sphere as an actor, he bought a new car. It's not possible.
But we see, that's where I'm going to. We see where on social media we've seen a situation by a lot of these young artists, actors rather, they come out and show expensive cars that they bought and houses that they own. So if they are not making it through their craft, how would you think, or how would you say that they are making this money?
You see, it is very possible that when you're known, now I'm president of Actors Guild of Nigeria, there are a lot of places I can enter that you as a journalist may not enter if you don't say you're a journalist. Do you understand the point? Are you there?
Yes, I'm with you.
Many people can do business with me, sign a deal with me on the levels that on personal recognition. It is the same thing happening to the artists, not from their craft. If you're a celebrity, you're open to businesses from outside Nigeria. People can call you for one business or the other. Do you understand the point? You make money from that point. But they don't know also that those funds, those monies you're making outside your craft, it will also fade away when your stardom also dwindles. Do you understand the point? We have majority of us now who recently, before, they were making, if I want to call names, there are screen divas as at when Nollywood started that every senator in this country wanted to meet. But today, they are no longer screen divas. Nobody wants to meet them again because their stardom has dwindled. Now, during that time that their stardom was up there, they could do businesses with people on personal recognition. People could connect them to oil businesses. People to connect them to importation businesses. People who connect them to contract businesses. Do you understand the point? There is a contract that a government officer will look at me and say, oh, you're president of Actors Guild of Nigeria. Do you have a company? I will say, yes. It's okay, bring your papers. Let's help you. You guys are doing well. If I now go and do that contract and I get 100 million naira, will you say I made it through acting? No. Even you as a journalist, after interviewing a procurement officer in custom or a procurement officer somewhere, he might ask you, Demola, how are you doing? Do you have a company? Let me just help you. Put quotation. Let me just do a supply of 20 million. And you do the supply and make the money. Will you say it is journalism that gave you the money? No. So I didn't say that maybe they bought all those cars from an illicit means or illegal means. No. They bought them legal means. But what I'm trying to say is that None of them bought those things from artist fee. Meanwhile, we have gotten to a level where an artist, an actor, an actress in Nigeria is capable of netting 20 million naira in a project.
Are you there?
I'm here.
Then, I mean, we've always heard this, where some people always allege that, I mean, actors and actresses, sometimes they use these platforms that being on the screen to do other businesses like, I mean, prostitution and the likes. How have you been able to curb? How have you been able to curb such derogatory remarks on your members?
Well, what I will tell you is this: there is no industry in the world that does not have derogatory remarks. These days now, they are trolling pastors, you know, and all of that. If you catch any of my member as a prostitute, report it to me now. Bring it to the glare. Don't go and begin to judge people. Do you understand? Anybody who makes such a remark will ask you, bring your evidences or bring what you know that actually is involved. We are not interested in listening to hearsays. We have heard about pastors being promiscuous. We have heard about bishops being promiscuous. It is same people who are bringing this information. So if they can say this about revered men of God, revered kings, and revered traditional rulers, actors are small thing now. So our own should not be different. People are free to say what they want to say.
Well, how about sex for roles? We've had where producers actually demand sex for roles from actors and the likes. And we've also had the reverse being the case. How has the guild set up measures in place to ensure that it is core professionalism that you use to get what you ought to get?
Yeah, we have different levels of seminars. We have a detailed email addresses where members should report such things. They are the ones we are tracking now. Apart from sex for roles, if you go all everywhere in Asaba and Oka and Enugu, people pay money to get roles. People claim they have production houses. They collect 40,000, 50,000, 100,000 from innocent actors, telling them they were going to project them. And these are people who are unable to pay 22,000 naira or 20,000 naira annually for their health challenge and all of that. So we are getting names. There are some companies we have already penciled down that we're going to, take to law enforcement agency, because that is fraud. As far as we are concerned, is OBT, obtaining by tricks. And we are really serious about this. Over time, we have stopped on the couch casting, according to the international standards. We have also stopped room casting. Anybody who invites you to a hotel room for casting, you should disregard that. All castings are done at an audition places. Any other secret thing you do, we have even set up investigators to give room for people who ask them to come and see them in the hotel. Let them just play along so that we can catch persons. The moment we're able to nip somebody on the board, we'll set the example with somebody. We have told producers, you cannot be using our people anyhow. It is more prevalent in our Sabbath, in those areas where there are high level of production. And we're not taking it lying low. The ones that we will deal with, The ones we cannot deal with, we pass it over to the law enforcement agency. But like I told you earlier, all of these things we are still in a rebuilding process. We are not perfect yet, but we are trying to attain perfection through the ideas and programs we are putting on ground in this administration.
All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Rollas, for your time. It was quite enlightening, and we hope that all you said you are going to do for the guild, you will be able to do everything in due time. And to our viewers too, we are also grateful to you for tuning in to our chat with Mr. Emeka Rollas, who is the President of the Actors Guild of Nigeria. Once again, Mr. Rollas, thank you for your time. I am Ademola Olonilua. Have a wonderful day.
Thank you, Ademola. Please help me beg media people to partner with us. We need this message around everywhere. Actors ought to receive more than what they are getting. And we can only fight this through collective bargaining. If it's through collective bargaining that we can fight for these royalties, not individual rantings or individual frustration or individual I too know or individual ignorance or whatever you may call it. But if we come together as one body, we'll be able to push down the throat of these pay TV stations who are using our works without the right authority. It's not right for a producer to go and sell a work I am involved in, and that producer didn't have a contract with me. The moment any pay TV does that, that pay TV has already contravened the law, because ignorance to a law, to any crime, is not an excuse. And the law is very clear on that. So when we come up against these people, we want our members to understand that it is the power that has saddled us with this responsibility of protecting our members that we are using to get them to see that pay TV stations pay them residuals. If they receive residuals and royalties, there's no way any veteran actor will come out on TV begging for money for health. Thank you very much, Ademola. It's a nice time having you.
Thank you very much. Have a wonderful day, Mr. Rollas.